Misfits on Vinyl. My name is Spencer Streichert. I'm an actor, comedian, and one of your hosts. And today, there's no Aaron Walsh. He's afraid whenever we have female guests on the podcast. He always...
I know Aaron. We're friends.
I know. And yet, he, for some reason, every time that we've booked a female guest to come on, he just can't come.
Just runs away.
And he also booked this date, by the way. That was the other thing. He was the one that made the decision about this date. And then he told us a few days ago, he's like, I'm actually going camping with my family.
Well, we'll talk enough for Aaron and you.
Yes. That's good. Okay, so I should probably introduce you first, because that's what a good host would do. Good thing I'm the host of this. From Baker Miller Pink Productions, we have Cayley, Wreggitt, and Sam Ketsa. We've known each other for quite a few years because we went to university together, also with Aaron and Sam and Siobhan, and literally just everyone in this room went to the U of C. Okay, so first thing that I want to do is bring this up, and it's a big old loaded question. But how did you get the name Baker Miller Pink?
So,
and I guess also it's a theater company. I should say that.
Yes, Baker Miller Pink is a interdisciplinary arts organization focused on collaboration and like joyful process is sort of the center of our mandate. Nice. Baker Miller Pink, the name of it. No one's name is Baker and no one's name is Miller. So it's confusing at first, but the shade is actually that specific shade. If you think of like Pepto-Bismol, that's the color.
Is that Baker Miller Pink?
Not quite. It's a little bit more punchy, I would say.
Okay.
But so that particular shade, it's also called Drunk Tank Pink because it's the color that they paint the drunk tank. It's banned in the SEC from being painted like the away teams. Locker rooms used to get painted Baker Miller Pink, and it's now banned because it was studied for its psychological effect, like calming you by being like exposed to the colors. So it kind of like numbs you out or makes the viewer like numbed out and docile.
Wow.
And really relaxed. But this research kind of backfired and did a flip, and they did further studies that showed that the effect is only for about 15-20 minutes. And then you like overcorrect and become like deeply enraged. And I was like, I love this metaphor.
That's amazing.
We want people to feel that way when they come see our shows, to just be like, oh, I'm so relaxed. This is so nice and pleasant and everything is great. And I love being alive and I love art. And then leave and be like, fuck.
That's honestly like such a good way to look at art too, because I feel like those are the types of productions that have stayed with me for a long time, you know?
Yeah.
So how did you come up with the concept? Like what made you guys want to collaborate together and create a company together?
Well, we'd wanted to work together for a long time, Cayley and I, and I think by nature of art in this city, dance and theater tend to have a lot of crossover. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm Sam, by trade a dancer, and Cayley is by trade a playwright and director, and have both like crossed over and sort of found common ground in the admin world. What am I?
Also, just like friendship world.
Also in the friendship world. Yes, we are also friends.
Yeah, but that comes second to everything else. Come on.
Yeah, no,
professional friends.
Yes. No, I think that was the biggest thing, and like having enough. I mean, yeah, we are friends, and so having enough like drunken rants about like the woes of our chosen career paths and like what we want to see in the world, and finding common ground there, I think like pulled us together. Yeah.
No, Sam is a lovely collaborator. She's so creative and just a powerhouse of a dancer and creator, and so I'm just delighted to get to spend so much time with her. We've been together for like almost 48 hours straight now.
Oh wow, holy shit.
Because we also work weddings on the side, so we just worked a wedding last night. So 1 a.m. drove her home, and then we went to bed and got up and met up again.
Good morning, are you coming to get me?
That's amazing.
But yeah.
What I think is really interesting too is like okay, so I've known both of you since university, and it's weird because like your guys' processes, like obviously different art forms, but you seem to have very different processes, but it works well together. So how do you find like the common ground when you're working together? Like is there ever a time that you're like, okay, no, it has to be this way, and you're like adamant with the other person, or do you kind of find that common ground a lot quicker?
I think being friends really helps with that too, where we're able to like, if we don't agree about something, we can come at it very gently, and we're both kind of in it for the art first, and then like it's best idea in the room wins.
Yes.
It's not about like, oh, my way is the only way to do this.
Yeah, like there's no ego involved with it. It's
No,
And especially when we're friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like thinking about what medium serves this part of the story best. We work on other projects where it's more, certain things are more theater based, certain things are more dance based, and certain things are more of a good, like a closer 50-50 split. And it's about like, what is the best way to tell this story? Or what is the most compelling way to tell this story? That is the most important thing, rather than being like, it's my show.
Back off.
I'm not gonna lie. That's what I wish I had more of with Aaron. Aaron is very adamantly just anti everything. It's got to be his way. I'm just here.
So as soon as he's not here, we can just go to town on Aaron.
Oh, absolutely, 100%. Yeah, no, we make fun of him whenever he's not in the room.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Good to know.
We're just living in it.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so you guys founded the company recently. Like, you just had your launch this spring, right?
Yes, we did.
And it was at City and Country Winery.
Yes,
Thank you for the recommendation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. We've talked about City and Country because I did a Christmas show there for like their Christmas party for all of their like best clients, and it caused a big old stir in the comedy community because a certain old comic did not believe that I should be doing corporate work and got very upset, and I was like, these are my friends, fuck off. Like, it was a little weird.
Yeah.
So then Aaron really went off on this dude because he has no horse in the race, and it made it really uncomfortable, but so funny.
Dear.
But yeah, City and Country, great venue. What when you decided to do your launch, like what I thought was really interesting was building up to it. I knew nothing about it, but I just kept seeing you guys posting things that were in Baker Miller pink, and
Those are called Easter eggs.
yeah, these little Easter eggs that you were just planting, and I was like, oh shit, what is this? So what, like, obviously the artist that we're talking about today, because people are reading the title, is Taylor Swift and her album Speak Now from 2010. But did you get some inspiration from her and how she drops these little Easter eggs?
100%. I said, how do we want to market the launch of this company? And Cayley was like, you know how she like announced the Lover album very slowly over the course of time, and then was like, hey, surprise, this is what's happening, and she was like, but you knew this because I had posted like 21 Instagram posts with little Easter eggs of like, technically, if you were watching, because now we're all fucking crazy, if you're watching, you know all of the track titles, you know exactly what day, time, and what position the moon's going to be in when it comes out.
Yeah.
And
She had like a surprise appearance that a bunch of people showed up for, but only with the like Easter egg clues up until that point. And I was like, how did you know where to be? I don't know. I couldn't figure it out. I still don't know how they got there.
Yo,
No.
kids on the internet are fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
actually insane.
And Swifties are like a whole nother level.
Oh, yeah. No, it takes it to an absolutely another level.
we reference, so in our show, Taylor's version,
Mm-hmm.
we reference the meme from the part of It's Always Sunny with the Pepe Sylvia like conspiracy theory board.
Okay,
and I
yeah.
think that is like an apt recurring image for the Swiftie community, is that it's like the dark circles under the eyes and the strings are everywhere, and it's like, okay, and she plans things at least 3 years in advance, so we have to be thinking right now, what is she going to do in 2026? I don't know, but I should.
But I should know because it's all there. All the pieces are there. We just have to put them together.
Yeah, and the snake has one eye, and maybe it's Carly Kloss's eye. Who knows?
You know what's gonna be? Oh, okay. I have something about
That's
that
Reputation.
later.
That's not the right album, but we'll get to it.
We'll get to it. Okay. What I think is really funny though is like, can you imagine if she throws just a fucking wild misdirection now?
I think she does that.
She has done.
I'm
that.
very annoyed about it.
But what if she comes out with like a straight up just hip hop album? Like she's just spitting trap
She's
bars.
ventured into the
Have
hip
you
hop
heard Thug Story?
No, I have not.
with T-Pain.
No.
Oh, it's an SNL bit, but she and T-Pain rap together, and it's very
God.
good.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yes.
Well, I know that when she was on her Fearless tour, she did a cover of Eminem's 8 Mile in Detroit.
Yes.
An acoustic cover, and apparently it was actually really good.
Yes. She
Yeah.
can do anything she wants forever
She is the music
with
industry.
caveats, but
I don't know if there is caveats on that.
no, she does crush Lose Yourself, and that's uncontested.
Yeah, that is very much uncontested.
She also does a great Sugar We're Going Down.
Yes.
Oh yeah, okay. I've heard
on the Speak Now tour.
Yeah, I've heard about that, and that's really, really cool. Okay, so I want to go back into your company now for a little bit here.
Yes.
I'm really starting it off by making sure that the listeners who are tricked into clicking on this because they see Taylor Swift Speak Now, I'm making sure that they know you more than Taylor Swift. That's how I.
They probably already know Taylor Swift, so
Yeah,
that's
respect
fine.
with so much love and so
Yeah.
much admiration. She doesn't need help.
That's true, but that's why I'm making sure that we talk about you guys more because
Thank you.
we like to
Appreciate it.
trick our audience. That's why we do a music podcast.
Good.
Yeah,
Good.
our first episode, we literally said that we were like, we are just going to put our podcast titles as whatever the album and artist is, so that people accidentally click on it, going full album on YouTube, sure, and then they start listening.
There you go. Perfect. I love it.
Okay, so something that I want to talk about, because you have a show coming up that has been in development for a few years now, and you've had different iterations of it, and that is Taylor's version. So first off, when is it going up? I want to ask that right away.
We're co-producing Taylor's version with DIY Theater, September 23rd to 25th, the third weekend in September.
Okay.
In Arts Commons. At the time of recording this, the details are confidential and tickets are not live. But at the time of publishing it,
It's at the Big Secret Theater.
It's at the Big Secret Theater. Tickets will be on DIY Theater's website.
Okay.
Also probably on the Arts Commons website.
Also probably on the Arts Commons website.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's awesome. And now my follow-up question to this, because we're going to go way back now,
Yep.
because logically that makes sense. How did you come up with the idea for Taylor's version?
Take it away, Wreggitt.
I mean, honestly, it was really more Sam had the original idea and wrote the proposal and then got accepted into a festival called the Common Ground Festival, which
Nice.
was also mashed up with the Calgary
Calgary
Clown
Clown
Festival for that year because it was the first year coming out of COVID. So it was called the Common Clown Festival. And so she got accepted and then messaged me right away and was like, hey, we both love Taylor Swift. We've been bonding over it throughout the pandemic. It's the thing that's been keeping us going. Want to write a show? And I was like, yes, I do. Thanks
Yeah.
for asking.
Yeah, the biggest thing I had also been, as you know, 1 in 4 Canadians had done in the pandemic was go back to school. So I went back to school and studied gender and sexuality and was really interested in the weird dichotomy of why things are inherently less than because they're girly and the nuance of female friendship. And I was like, who knows and writes a lot about female friendship and is also a female friend is Cayley. So
Yeah.
it's kind of where it started. It was partly I would like to make a tribute to our mother and overlord Taylor Swift, but also I want to make something that celebrates friendship because that joy felt important to put out in the world at that period of time.
Yeah. And so when you're initially coming up for the concept, are you thinking of the theme first and then figuring out how to tie it into Taylor Swift and then making
Kind of the other way around.
Yeah.
The other way
Honestly,
around?
We had a brainstorming Zoom session where we broke down all the kind of bit parts that we would want to include and then kind of threaded a story through those that was more the overarching theme of female friendship and love, joy.
Yeah. This particular show started with what memes do we want to bring to life on stage? And then was okay, but who's doing this? What's the context and who are these people to each other? And as it's evolved, because now the show's been in development for 2 years, it's become more about those characters and their inner lives and more about the fan culture of Swifties as opposed to what Taylor Swift as opposed to just people talking about her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we did the show recently in Next Fest in Edmonton, which was a new iteration. We called it the Taylor Swift...
The re-records.
The re-record internally because we had to keep straight all our scripts. And we overheard a woman being like, yeah, it was about Taylor Swift's life. And I was like, Did
No,
you
it's
even
not.
watch the show?
No, it's not.
That is not what it was about. She was a strange woman.
It's amazing because I haven't seen the show and yet I know it's not about Taylor Swift's life.
No.
That's oh God, people at festivals are so weird.
It's very interesting. No, I think one of the central things that was one of the central pieces of the show is a comparison based on an academic article that draws parallels between Bob Dylan and Taylor Swift in the trajectory of the careers, in key things that they have done stylistically, and their like nebulous relationships to social justice and different social justice causes,
and kind of being an artist of an era as
yes
well.
And being an artist of an era. One of my favorite things is one of our performances that we did in June at Next Fest. There was a lady, Cayley and I decided to sit at the back of the theater, and there was an older lady sitting in front of us, and one of the character goes, well, actually, if you look at Taylor Swift's discography, she's a lot like Bob Dylan. And I could see her with her arms crossed, just like, nope. I could feel the, like, I've decided to hate this coming off of her.
Ooh.
But then by the end of the like big, this whole
We call it the soapbox moment, where
Yes.
our character literally pulls out a soapbox, climbs up on it, and goes, well, actually.
Oh, I love that.
and then like
oh god, that's
delivers
so good.
delivers her slightly drunken TED talk about it. And by the end, this old woman who had decided she hated the show was like, yeah, you go, girl. And was like, I was like, this feels like a bit of a cult conversion, but
That's honestly amazing, because if there's one thing I really like, it's when art can change a boomer's mind. That really,
yes.
that really is like the best thing. Also, like, going off of that, I'm gonna say a really hot take here.
Go for it.
And it's gonna be something that for sure is gonna piss off boomers. Taylor Swift, better artist than Bob Dylan.
I mean,
Bob Dylan, overrated. I don't think that his shift in eras is nearly as revolutionary as Taylor Swift's.
that argument could be made.
Yeah, I think that
I'm not gonna
Electric
fight you on
Dylan
it.
was just bad. You can't really say, like, that would be like me being like, you know what? I've been doing all these storytelling comedy
Exactly.
for years. I'm going to go up and just do prop comedy.
yeah.
Like, I could.
But I
Should
do
I?
appreciate an
No.
artist that does like experiment in their genre as well. So that can be respected, but she definitely puts on a better live show than he does.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he is also ancient now,
Yeah.
so that's a little harder.
Yeah.
But also, how does he remember any of his songs now? Because he's recorded like 3 albums a year.
Yeah.
It's insane. Okay, so that's my hot take, and I am sticking by that. So,
I'm not disagreeing with you, but for legal reasons, I'm not agreeing with you.
that's okay. Siobhan's dad's gonna hear that and go, but Taylor Swift's not an artist.
I'm hearing that and I'm like, I don't agree with your point of view.
I think our soapbox moment is more just like drawing parallels between them as both like very iconic artists, and we're not saying one is better than the other. We're
No.
just saying that they are both very iconic.
And I totally get that, but I'm definitely saying that she's better than
Well,
Bob
you are
Dylan.
entitled to your opinion.
There's also, and I mean, because we're going to talk about Speak Now, there was a big critique in the lead up to Speak Now of Taylor Swift, like, not being a technically good singer. And I was like, are you fucking... So Bob Dylan is a technically good singer?
Yeah, I sing like this. Look, I'm looking at you, Sam the Tech Man.
Shut the fuck up.
Speak Now. No.
we do try to get our actors in.
All
Taylor's
you
version.
are is mean.
Yeah. There's, Kate, yeah, actually. There's like an AI generated or Bob Dylan covering a Taylor Swift song.
Oh,
on
God.
YouTube. It's beautiful.
So funny.
That's the best thing that AI has ever done.
And it's very much like Taylor Swift could do Tangled Up in Blue, but Bob Dylan could not do Getaway Car. Anyway,
You know what though, that is true, but I think that like that.
Bob Dylan cannot do better than Revenge.
No,
cannot.
no, he cannot.
He's also again old as time.
He's old as time, and I feel like he's going to continue being old as time. Like, I don't think that he's going to be somebody. God, I hope he doesn't die before this comes out. But I don't think that he's going to like pass away for a long time. Like, I think he's going to be.
He's
I
gonna
think
stay
so.
old as time.
Yeah, he's going to be like Tony Bennett
I think he might be
Until recently.
until
Yeah,
recently.
yeah.
Well,
that was a poor reference choice for like this week.
okay. Well, Bob Dylan isn't 97 years old yet, so I think that's a pretty good one.
It's fine.
Yeah, he's good. He's. You hope that Bob
No.
Dylan dies? You hope that Bob
That'd be
Dylan dies?
But we don't wish that on him. We,
We
don't
don't-
want him to die.
We do not wish. There's gonna be a part of the podcast that we just cut out, and it goes. So in this section, Spencer and Sam the Tech Man, we're talking about how Bob Dylan should die. We figure that that's not appropriate since he just passed away yesterday. Oh God, no! That would be okay. That would be funny. That actually would be. Okay, so. Okay, so obviously the first version of Taylor's version was in Common Clown in that was 2022.
Yes.
March 2022.
Yes, it was.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was. It was last year. Time is an illusion. Yes, it was in 2022.
Okay, so March of 2022, and then after that finished, did you? How much time did you let the script just sit before you went back to it, or did you go like right away, like as the show was finishing?
We let it sit for quite a while. Actually, we knew we wanted to do it again for sure, and then we just waited until we had an opportunity and like a guaranteed stage to put it on, and then I dove back into the Swiftie world and had to rewrite everything because everything had changed. She'd released like one new re-record,
yeah,
and a new album, a new like original
that
album.
Music
Midnight.
video is fucking sweet. I have to say,
it's very
oh my
cute.
God, that is like the total friendship music
It was
video.
also one of the surprise songs last night.
Yes,
in
last
Seattle.
night.
Really?
This gives you a date of when we're recording this.
Yes, I totally was just in Lethbridge. That's when this was recorded.
The other thing that I think is
That was so awkward. What the fuck? I don't know why I did that. I'm
okay.
sorry. I gotta move on.
it's okay. I was gonna say to Cayley's like absolute credit and testament, and I bow down to you every single day that we work on this show. Is that oh my God, the fan is also blowing in your hair. Anyway,
Yeah, you look quite magical right now. You look enchanted.
Thank you. Please don't be. No, I'm not gonna sing.
I was enchanted to meet you too, Taylor.
Oh no, we can talk about that too. There's a very unhinged cover of Enchanted. We'll tell you about it when we get into the album.
When we get into it, I heard it the other day and almost threw up.
For the first time I played it for her in the car.
Oh no.
We'll get into it. But so what I was saying is that because the Taylor lore and the universe, especially in the time that we've been working on this show, has been so rapidly evolving. Like by the day, new theories are sprouted,
Or new announcements come
or
out.
New announcements come out, and she'll like start dating someone and break up with someone, and then suddenly she's back in the studio and she's flying to London to shoot a music video that reunites everyone who was in a music video from like it's nuts. So Cayley has been making like daily changes to the script, especially when we were gearing up for the last iteration of it, to the point where a monologue was like never locked.
Really?
Because we have this, we told you about our Always Sunny in Philadelphia conspiracy board, but the conspiracies are ever evolving. And so I had a whole one like mapping out when the release of Speak Now would happen. But then she announced it in the middle of rehearsals. So we were like, well, back to the drawing board, got to completely change that because I was wrong.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, we were like, please don't drop or announce anything right before our shows go up, because then our set pieces are inaccurate. This monologue is fucked.
Yeah, like in the week before is like the scariest time because she could do anything at any moment and we never know what she's doing.
That's true.
Sorry, is my eye twitching?
No, it did a little, and I totally get why. It's wild too because like you're right, we don't know what she's doing because like and like listen. Here's something that people that listen to the podcast probably don't know, but I am a Swiftie, like going back into fucking high school, like that.
Good, we don't have to convert you today.
No,
This
you
is
do
great.
not have to convert me.
We've
I'm
done it
like,
before.
I'm like, I'm a big fucking Taylor Swift stan. What I think is really funny is that when I first, like, it was like in high school, obviously, like we all heard the music and everything, but it was like February of 2014. I'm gonna nail it down exactly when I became a Swiftie.
Ooh.
And it was because I went through a deep dive of like Red, and I was like, oh shit, like there was so much that I missed because all I heard was like 22 and like we're never getting back together, and like so it was like there was like, you know, I knew like the songs that were the hits at the time that were played at every high school party and dance,
She has
right?
terrible taste in singles. Like,
Yeah.
this is
Such
something that
bad.
is
Outstandingly in every album, you're like, she picks the worst song on the album to be the single.
Also,
No
the song
offense
is
to
like
people
a
who
worse
like them, but
representation of the essence of the album.
No, exactly, and and it's also like what I think is interesting is that it's not just the worst song that could be a single; it's the first single is the worst song that could be a single.
Yes.
every fucking time. Like, I'm sorry, but like, God damn it, 1989.
Shake It Off.
Shake It Off.
Yeah.
That was it. I was like,
There's just so many better songs
There
on
was
the album.
so
like
many better
every other
songs.
song. Like I love Shake It Off. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Like 1989's lead single is probably the best of the lead singles.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
they're all not good. But like Me for Lover is
Oh,
like
that was the fucking worst. Sorry.
outstandingly not good.
yeah.
And for Speak Now, it was Mean, right? Was
Yeah.
the lead single?
Which also, okay, I have to say this. This is a personal pet peeve, and this is the only pet peeve I'm going to give to Taylor Swift. Okay, I grew up playing the banjo, and when that fucking music video came out, and she's strumming a banjo like a guitar,
And you're like, the fuck not.
the fuck not. That's not the sound that's coming out of the banjo right now. Why is nobody picking up on this? Why did nobody stop this? Why is this the thing that we're just like, yeah, that's okay?
She probably really wanted a banjo.
I know, and her Wikipedia says she plays the banjo, and I was like, no, you don't. You do
No, you
not.
don't. We have
You do
video
not.
evidence that you
We
do
have
not
video
play
evidence
banjo.
that you fucking play the guitar. You could definitely play a mandolin, a ukulele, anything that's like that.
That strums.
That strums,
You do not.
but not pick. You
No.
cannot finger pick. You
No, she
cannot do
can't.
that.
No, she can't. And she is band. She obviously has a band that can do that. So
Yeah.
I like them.
Okay.
Say la vie.
Say la vie. C'est la vie, as the French say.
Yes.
Okay, so now I have another question. One more question about Taylor's version before we move on from that. So when it comes to your version that's going to be coming up now in co-production with DIY, how much from the last two iterations is going to have changed, and what can people expect when they come and see the show? That maybe if they saw an earlier iteration, what can they expect that's going to be different this time around?
Well, I'm still working on the script, so
Okay, that's
I'll let
good.
you know. But the exciting thing about this one is it's the first time we haven't done the show in a festival setting, so we have no time limit. And we were
Yeah.
actually DIY requested that we expand it to a 90-minute version.
Oh, that's amazing.
So that's the exciting thing that's going to happen is we have room and space to add even more meme bits into the show.
Internally
but also
refer to it as from the vault, or this is the vault track version, which is like Swift lingo. But yes, the meme bits come out. I'm not sure if it's ever come across your lexicon the phrase a swemo. Do you know what a swemo is?
Is that
Cayley?
Swifty emos?
yes.
Ah.
There's actually a massive crossover between early 2000s pop punk fans and emos and Taylor Swift fans, and there's so many covers that lay perfectly over top of each other in the lore of swemos. And Speak Now especially is one of the albums that's the most swemo influenced because that was the music she was listening to at the time.
Yeah,
Which-
actively influenced by
That
it.
totally
Probably
makes
her.
sense too, because at that point she was on tour. It was right when she got really famous, and she's writing this album while she's in a tour bus basically,
Yeah.
or in hotel rooms. And if the music that you're listening to that is not your because obviously when her and I tour, very different situations. But
Yes.
I will say that when you're on the road and you're kind of alone with your own thoughts, things fucking change. You're writing your world perspective, everything changes. And so you're so influenced by what's around you on a normal day, but if you're really only listening to one or two things, you get super influenced by it. So hearing that makes a lot of sense, because Speak Now also has Better Than Revenge, right?
Yes.
Which that song, I remember when I heard it, that would have been February 2014 when I was deep diving into everything that was out up until that point. And I remember thinking why was I not listening to this in high school? That was it sounded like everything else that I was listening to, but with such a fucking more aggressive flair to it. And I was this is something that could have been warm up at hockey games. You know what I mean?
Also, the
Because
story
it's
of
for
us.
girls.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
the bullshit, you know?
That's also a big point that we try to make in Taylor's version is it's just because something is popular doesn't make it bad
Yeah.
or othered, and that happens a lot. Sam in her gender studies course learned a lot about the aesthetics of subordination.
Yeah, this idea of again, things being less than because they're feminine, and this idea of a guilty pleasure at all, which I think is an interesting thing.
Yeah.
As you've explored a lot of different artists and music and random there's niche pockets of things that are people that I'll listen to this in my AirPods. My off-brand AirPods from Winners that I got for $10 because I'm an artist.
I still.
But
plug my
I'm not putting it on the aux
headphones in.
cord. I mean, I have no shame. I'll put anything on the aux cord.
Yeah.
You know this.
Yeah, we were listening to Glee covers
Shut
last
up.
night.
Yo, actually though, it's funny because mentioning that about the guilty covers thing, or guilty
pleasures.
guilty
Yes.
pleasures, guilty covers.
Well,
Jesus Christ, what the fuck, man?
Something.
Yeah, that is the Glee version. No, but it's weird that people are like so weird about their own tastes, because like I this is something that I think is funny about like Aaron and I doing this, is like we are where we bonded on like really heavily was 70s rock and 80s pop, because we were like, oh, we got crossover there. It's super easy to find where we have a lot of common ground. But then there's albums that we'll suggest for each other where it's like, that's not something I would have ever listened to. And then I listen to it and I'm like, oh, this is now in my regular rotation. Like our third album was Tyler, the Creator's Flower Boy. And I was like, I was never like a big Tyler, the Creator guy. I had heard like Yonkers when I was in high school, but that was about it. And then once I heard that, I was like, oh, I understand the hype. Like, I get it. I get behind this now. And so it's like, I feel weird when people discredit anything. The only thing I will say is like bro country. That is like, we do not fucking stand that on this at all. We are real music fans.
Yeah. No, that's. You don't have to say it twice.
Okay, so moving on, we got to talk about, because you guys were just at
The Eras
tour, which I'm super fucking jealous about. But and also I am rocking a friendship bracelet that was acquired at the Eras tour,
Yes.
so I'm feeling like secondhand. I was there, like by proxy, a part of me was there.
Yeah, that bracelet was at the Eras tour.
It
Which
was at
is
the Eras tour.
so fucking cool. So the first thing that I want to ask is like, what was the energy like at that show?
It was wild. It was
so wild,
fun.
so nice.
So kind.
Yes. It was also, the thing is that like Taylor Swift's fan base spans so many generations, and it's actually like, we knew this having done research and made a show about it, but like still shocked me to see like people there was this sweet little old man in like work coveralls and a fedora, and on the back of his fedora on the back of his coveralls rather, he had emblazoned Karma Street Cleaner, which is a reference to the song Karma from Midnight.
That's fucking
And he's
great.
walking around by himself, smiling, having a good time, bopping around to Muna, just so pleasant. But then there's also like generations of like moms and grandmothers and granddaughters,
Yeah.
and then like all their friends. We signed this girl's t-shirt because it was her 10th birthday, but then we also saw these like old money women.
Yes, they were so wonderful. One was dressed as Rebecca Harkness from The Last Great American Dynasty, which is on Folklore, if you want to look it up.
Oh,
But
that's
she
pretty
looked
cool.
But it was also a real
amazing.
person.
She had like these long like opera gloves, and on the back of her dress had written, "Had a marvelous time ruining everything."
That's the other thing, is that
The costumes.
it was a beautiful space to be extra and be ridiculous, and that there was no such thing as too much.
Mm-hmm.
There was also no such thing as too little. Like, people would really phone it in and just wear a sparkly dress or a sundress and cowboy boots for the first time in their life, and I was like, this is a terrible mistake. But
We saw a girl walking down the ramp who was like, "I'm going to take my boots off. I can't keep doing this." And she was doing that like first timer in cowboy boot limp.
Oh, no.
And I turned around and was like, "I have blister band-aids." And her mom was like, "No, go away."
we're like, they're not used blister band-aids, but anyway. But that's the other thing.
You're like, yes, I have a blister Band-Aid. And you pull it off and hand it to her.
God,
I was
no.
wearing runners.
Yeah,
Like
no.
a smart person.
Yeah.
But
But it
that's
was
the thing.
like,
You don't go to a concert in like...
Especially not that concert. It's
No.
3.5 hours long.
No,
Holy
yeah.
shit, what?
3.5 hours long. Well, she's on there for 3 hours, no fucking breaks. There were some like there were some
You can
sit
kinda
downs.
sit.
There was some stand up, sit down songs. We didn't take any pee breaks, and I was so proud of us.
Yeah.
Also, vocally, that is impressive.
It's so impressive. And I was so
Running
impressed.
down the runway,
Yeah,
like, it's nuts.
It's
so
huge
athletic.
Stage. And the amount of times that she was alone on that stage,
Mm-hmm.
that's what really got me, especially in like the first set.
Half, yeah.
It felt like she was proving something, where she was like, "I don't need anyone else here. I can be in front of 73,000 people in a stadium and be alone with my guitar."
Yeah.
That's and honestly, like that is a powerful statement and a powerful feeling, but it's weird because that's like one of the things that I think comedy does not it gets credit for in a club, but it doesn't get credit for in those bigger situations like theaters and arenas.
Yeah.
It feels fucking weird when you're standing there and you're looking at 2,500 people and you're just like, they're all fucking listening to me and I am controlling the energy of the room. So for her to go out there just herself and be able to control the energy of a stadium,
Oh yeah.
that's another level of artistry that just some people don't have and some people do have.
Oh
Yeah.
No.
We could maybe say that Bob Dylan doesn't quite have that.
No, he does not have that.
This is actually a Bob Dylan slam podcast. I hope you're.
Misfits against Dylan.
But to circle back to the Eras Tour, like the kindest concert environment we've ever been to, certainly the most like welcoming and inclusive concert environment I've been to, where it's like you can do, everyone is welcome, everyone is like cared for and protected. I was like,
Felt very safe.
yeah, we live in a society, but I was not worried about like being like groped or harassed at all the entire time. And it was like,
Which is honestly like impressive too for a show at an American concert. Like
Yeah, where
that's
we all have to have clear bags so that people can like see that we don't have guns.
wow.
It's very strict bag policy.
That's it. You know what though? Like I don't think that that's a bad thing.
No,
I
I
think
was
that's
fine
a good
with it.
thing. Like
yeah, no. It was
Yeah.
very stringent, but like we felt like totally safe, totally like.
And what was really cool too about the friendship bracelet thing, which is there's a line in a Taylor Swift song from Midnights that says, "Make the friendship bracelets, take the moment." And
Taste it.
yeah. So it gave you permission to approach other people too, to be like, if you didn't want to approach someone and say, "I love your outfit," you could kind of just be like, "Do you want to trade friendship bracelets?" And then suddenly it becomes a community rather than just like a
that's
bunch
so
of people
cool.
going alone.
Oh, yeah.
that's really, really cool.
Yeah, we got to know
Yeah.
a lot of the people in our section, people who were like standing in line for drinks with us. It was like people on the street who were just tailgating.
Yeah, and like the people who met us downtown, and I was just like wearing a T-shirt, like my merch T-shirt, but still, and they like stopped us and saw our bracelets and knew that we were there for the concert, and it was a really cool thing to be able to identify everyone.
Yeah.
No, and I think it's cool too because like any artist that's able to create like kind of a culture around their show, like it's a better situation to be around that. Okay, so my question now, and this is going to be like, this is a big one, and I'm not expecting you to have like an accurate, like pinpointed thing here, but what was the set list? Like, how did that show get divided? Was it divided by eras?
But not in order.
Not in
No.
order. Okay, so that's I guess my biggest question was like, I was wondering if it was in order of like, or if it was like they start with Speak Now and then it's Reputation, and then T Swift OG.
Yeah.
She actually doesn't play any songs from her like self-titled debut album in the normal set.
That's the other interesting thing is like the percentages of the
Yeah.
divvying up of the things.
Really?
Yeah.
But we have a theory about why that is. And we don't have a theory. I saw the theory on the internet. But because
Take credit for it.
because Debut, which is Taylor Swift's debut album, self-titled, is one of the ones that she doesn't own and hasn't re-recorded yet.
Oh.
She doesn't want any songs that aren't already trending to pick up in popularity after the Eras Tour. So she doesn't give money to Scooter Braun, the Master's Thief.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
And so Speak Now, the same way, only had one song in the set because it was already trending on TikTok, and that was Enchanted. And that one was popular, but none of the other songs were. So until she released Speak Now Taylor's version, she only had that one song in the set because that way it wouldn't pick up in popularity before she owned it.
And then the second that Speak Now Taylor's version was released, she
added
added Long
another song.
Live to this. So now there's two songs in the normal set that are from Speak Now.
That's amazing too, because those like also good choices of songs to include in the set, and also to like re-record in a way. Like,
yeah.
But what I think is super interesting about that, like the whole Scooter Braun thing, like man, he is so gross. like there's just like
Yes.
I think it's funny that like we've talked about this a lot. Like obviously going through a lot of artists, like finding out artists that get bad deals and everything, but then there's a whole nother level when somebody buys someone's masters and then is refusing to sell them back, because that's what Michael Jackson did to Paul McCartney.
Yep.
And but the funniest part about that one, I mean, that one it's different because Paul McCartney was like, yeah, the way that you make money is you buy the masters and then you then you own the money and you own the music. It just makes you money. And then Michael was like, okay. And then he just went and fucking bought all the Beatles masters. And Paul McCartney was like, no, not like that.
But this was like skeevy backdoor shit.
This was skeevy backdoor.
Skeevy backdoor shit, taking advantage of someone who signed their contract when they were 14 and then was renewing it, leaving the label. I mean, you know the story more specifically than I do, but like completely taking advantage of
After she'd specifically, like when she was leaving the label, she'd requested that she wanted to buy her masters. That was something she wanted to do, and then they went behind her back and sold it to someone else.
God, it's so gross. And like also it's just like the amount of things that man just does is just gross. Like his whole thing with Justin Bieber is gross too. Like it's just he's a gross person. He's a disgusting human being.
Yeah.
But that seems to be the music industry.
Entertainment industry executives are having a bad time right now.
Yeah. Hey,
I hope you're having a terrible day. I also hope the strike is over by the time this goes out. But
it won't be. But I fucking hope that.
But only if it's settled in a fair way for artists.
Yeah, I hope that your gardeners all quit on you, so you have to fucking mow your own lawn. You lazy sack of fuck.
You can't prune the trees on top of the strikers.
Mowing their own lawn. They're letting that shit grow. So when the
that
gardeners
was
come back.
Yeah, trimming the trees. That was really fucking
really
gross.
Not cool.
No, everything about it is so gross with that strike. I don't know. I obviously I'm in support of both the writers and the actors, and going from being somebody that's been like working in television for a few years now, and funny enough, saying this now, I know I'm a Canadian actor, but all of the productions I've worked on have been American because
that's kind of what comes here. And like you and I both, our summers are usually really busy with film work, and now they're not.
It's completely empty.
To quote Taylor Swift, suddenly the summer, it's clear.
Yeah.
This is gonna happen the whole time.
And I'm all fucking here for it, honestly, because
you might not even know it's happening, but we've quoted a lyric, you know?
Yeah. Honestly, that's going to be the game. Go back and find what lyrics we've all quoted. Anyways.
That's part of the game in Taylor's version. There's a whole scene that has like 5 different lyric references in one page that are never directly referenced.
Ooh.
No, none of it is accidental. Yeah.
Okay, now, before we move on, I want your honest review of the concert and what you felt was the best era.
Well, in a word, transcendent. You go.
Era. Yeah, honest review of the concert, like 100 out of 10. Great experience. Which era was my favorite?
Well, which era did you cry the most in? Because you cried.
That's not fair.
For most.
How dare you?
Yes. Temporal duration and amount of tears shed out of Cayley's eyes are not directly correlated.
Yeah, I would say probably, I mean, I'm partial to Reputation as an album anyway, and then the set for that was really cool.
Fucking underappreciated, I will say, that album.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I don't know why it gets so much heat.
Because it had a bad lead single.
Yeah,
because it had a bad lead single. It was a genre pivot. People didn't know, people didn't really know what to do with it, and yeah, once again, the like hidden gems, the songs that we cry to, the songs that you dance to with your husband are like buried in that album underneath. The world goes on another day, another drama. I'm like, stop it. With so much love, stop it. But
the final track on that album, New Year's Day, was our like private last dance at our wedding, and we were weeping.
Oh, fun fact about your wedding. At one point, I went up to the DJ, and I said, "Hey, you need to play more Taylor Swift." I was really drunk.
Thank you for that, because I was not impressed with the amount of Taylor Swift after I'd specifically been like, I'm a big fan.
And then he was like, yeah, I'm on it. And I was like, you're not on it good enough. And he's like, well, I have a song queued up. I'm like, queue up 3. He's like, you're not a part of the wedding. I was like, she fucking wants Taylor Swift.
It's for the bride.
Yeah, I was not. I don't know. Here's the thing. I get really fun drunk.
You sound fun.
Like, where I'm like, listen, everybody needs to have a good time. And I get very angry when people are not letting people have a good time. So, yeah. Okay. So I'm going to move on now from the eras and all that. I have a game.
Okay, perfect.
I have 2 games, actually. The first one is finish the lyric.
Oh,
okay.
Easy.
Okay. So, I'll say the first part of the lyric. You have to finish the second part.
Okay.
Do we have to buzz in? Can we play as a team?
You have to buzz in. So you're competing against each other. Also, Also, you have to name the song and what album it was from.
Oh,
Okay.
easy, yeah.
Okay.
You're gonna be faster than me. I'm scared.
But I might get it wrong.
Okay.
No, you won't.
Here's the first one.
We can make a
I
noise.
can just slap the table.
Just say ding. Whoever says ding first, Sam will be in charge of determining who was first.
I got this.
Thank you.
And I will be in charge of determining who was right.
Okay.
Okay. So, but what if I'm all right here?
Ding. Easy they come, easy they go. Fuck, I can't remember the rest of it. La la la. I've been the archer, I've been the prey. Who could ever leave me, darling? But who
You're
could
wrong.
stay? It's what?
It's
You're
from
wrong.
the Archer, though.
It's from the Archer on Lover, but I fucked up the lyrics.
You
Go,
did.
you know. Oh no, you like this line. You like this line. It's the one that I have a conspiracy theory about. Can I ding again?
Yeah.
Ding! I cut off my nose just to spite my face.
You got it
And I
right.
hate my reflection for years and years. I wake in the night and pace like a ghost. My room is on fire. Invisible smoke.
I only had the rest of the line.
That song is in Taylor's version, but not for long. Maybe.
Well, maybe. We're actually... Should I tell them what we're going to do?
No, it's
Okay.
gonna be a surprise, but that's the hint.
There's an Easter egg in that sentence.
Ooh.
Yeah, but that song is from The Archer, which is on Lover, and that is a sleeper, and she plays it in the Eras tour all by herself on the stage, and everyone cries and maybe vibes.
And
Fuck
there's this
yeah.
incredible TikTok where like there's uplights during the Archer, and someone got an angle where she's just glowing. It looks like Sailor Moon's like transformation when she like turns like glowing,
Ooh.
except it's just an actual video of the Eras tour.
It's
That's
magical.
really cool. And Lover is right
Lover
there.
is right here. Lover is wonderful,
Okay.
except for Brendan Urie. Anyway,
Now, the second question is, or the second lyric.
okay.
I'm a mess, but I'm the mess that you wanted.
Oh, that's you. I have no fucking clue.
Yeah. I might just have to sing it. Is that okay?
Yep.
Mess, but I'm the mess that you wanted.
Oh, this is from. Oh,
It's Dancing with Our Hands Tied
from Reputation.
from Reputation. But I can't remember the line that comes next. Oh no!
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
Dun,
Deep
dun,
fears,
dun.
but the world would unite us.
Deep fears, but the world would unite us.
Baby, can we dance? Oh, through an avalanche. And say that we got it. I'm a mess, but I'm the mess that you wanted. So, 'cause it's gravity keeping you with me.
Yeah, you
Yes!
got it.
Good.
Okay. Okay, so you're tied right now.
Oh, stress.
Now this one's gonna be a
You got some
curveball.
deep cuts.
Oh, it gets harder.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
No, we can do this. We can do this.
Okay. The lyric is, I like the way you'd hold me.
Well, that's just too short. I feel like that's in multiple songs.
Yeah.
It actually isn't. I double checked this one.
Ooh.
It is only on one.
Fuck. Can I? Does she own this song?
No.
Oh.
So that
Honestly,
means it has to be from debut 1989 or Reputation. Fuck.
It is not.
What?
It is not from any of those.
oh, is it Sweeter Than Fiction?
It is
Something like
not.
that.
Is
though.
it from I Heart question mark?
No.
Oh, is it an
not.
unreleased song?
It is not an unreleased song. It's an exclusive.
Oh, is it that freaking? Is it? If it's
Is it Beautiful Soul from Cats?
It is not. That would be awful.
that's also not what the song is called. That's Beautiful Soul by Jesse McCartney.
Oh, Beautiful Ghosts from Cats.
Beautiful Ghost from Cats. I was like, that. I
I
didn't
like
like
the Cats movie.
Fuck. I like the way that you'd hold me. Oh fuck.
Is it the 50 Shades song?
It is not.
No, that's not. No. 'cause
Now
I'm-
we're just guessing songs.
Okay.
We were so confident. This
I'm
is
gonna-
Was
embarrassing.
this song Today Was a Fairy Tale? Because that came out.
That is not. No, it is. It is
oh my
also.
god, you've stumped us.
Okay.
What
It
the
is
fuck?
from the Napster Live exclusive
Oh,
from
fuck off.
2006.
That's an unreleased.
Baby. It is not. I found it.
It's not. It's unreleased, though. You can find things that are unreleased.
The final question.
Yep.
What if angels did not pay attention to all the things that we wished they would always do?
Oh.
I feel like this is a trap.
It's not Star Wars.
Well, no.
I assume
you-
that it is indeed Taylor Swift.
Yes, it is.
Thanks.
Do you need me to say it again?
Yes,
Yeah.
slightly slower.
Okay.
I'm like trying to.
What if angels did not pay attention to all the things that we wished they would always do?
Oh, is it another unreleased one?
It's not an unreleased one. This one I know for sure is not an unreleased one.
Is it a song?
It is a song.
Okay. Just wanted to clarify.
It's
It's
a
not like
song
a
from
quote
an
from the
album.
Lorax or something.
It's a song from an album.
Okay.
An album. Can we gradually? Can I guess the album?
Yes.
Is it from Folklore?
No.
Is it from Evermore?
Debut.
Is it from Debut?
No.
Oh fuck. Is it from? What if Angels? Angels. I have no.
I don't know.
You've stumped us again.
Okay.
I have no fucking clue.
The rest of the lyric is, what if happiness came in a cardboard box?
Oh.
Then I think there is something we all forgot. What would happen if presents all went away? It's from Taylor Swift's Sound of the Seasons, the holiday collection.
Fuck off.
Christmas must be something more.
I hate
Damn
that.
it! I knew that one.
You love Christmas and Taylor Swift. I can't
I know,
believe
but
you
that
did this.
one's very religious.
Oh, it is. Yeah, that's a little too Christian for you.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I'm going to go into Taylor Swift trivia.
Okay, we can
so
do it.
so this is
Well, now
this
I'm not
is-
feeling nearly as confident as I was.
I know.
This is 6 questions. It's going to be the same. Ding in when you think you've got it.
Okay.
And I'll tell you if you're right or wrong. Sam will be in charge of determining who dinged
Yeah,
faster.
if there's a question, I am the final say.
Okay.
Just want to play as a team.
I know.
Okay. I know, but I like pitting you against each other. I'm vicious like that. Okay.
It's okay.
So, at 11, she won a local talent competition. What song did she sing and by what artist?
You know this.
I can see the outfit that she wore.
Oh. Mm-mm. Is it by Tim McGraw?
I don't think I know this.
No.
honestly.
No.
Okay, it is Big Deal by Leanne Rimes.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, okay, so
I did watch the video.
you guys are still tied, by the way. Altogether, you're still tied. You
Yeah.
both have one.
Both doing poorly.
I'm embarrassed, but continue.
Okay, so in 2008, Taylor made her acting debut on CSI. What was her character name?
Huh?
Dead body. Number 3. No, I don't know. No, we don't.
Was it Taylor?
No, it was Haley Jones. Okay,
I'm learning so much.
how many Grammys has Taylor Swift won?
Grownies?
Grammys.
Grammys.
Brownies? She's getting so many points right now.
That
Just
comes
handing
from her
out those
grandma.
brownie points.
Grammys.
She's got
Grammys.
Betty Crockers.
The last one was Folklore.
Yeah, I know that. Okay, let's do math together. We're working together.
Yep. Yeah, fuck the system. We're working together.
Okay. So she won for Fearless.
Just like Taylor Swift wanted.
And then she won 4 in the 1989 year.
Yeah.
And then she won 1 for Folklore.
Yeah.
And then I think she may have taken a couple other random ones, but not Best Album.
No.
What is your final answer?
I'm going to say 9.
9?
Oh,
No, I'm wrong.
but I think with the Folklore thing, she just tied with Beyonce for most Grammys for a
Yes.
female artist.
Yeah, so how many Grammys does Beyonce have?
I don't know.
You don't know how many Grammys Queen Bee has?
No.
What the fuck?
I'm a Taylor Swift fan. I don't know how many Grammys she has. Why would I know how many Beyonce has?
You know what? I'm going to say 11.
You are correct.
I knew it!
Yes.
So sorry, Sam. You just ruined yourself.
Okay, so
I knew it in my heart.
Taylor has a famous relative in the family. Who is it and what do they do?
Her grandmother, Marjorie, was an opera singer.
You are correct. Now, what was her full name?
I don't know what her last name was, but the song that she wrote in Evermore called Marjorie, which is about her grandmother and samples her grandmother's voice, is very sweet, and we played it at my mom's funeral.
It's beautiful.
I was honestly just hoping you'd say her name because I don't know how to pronounce it. I have it written down and
No fucking clue. Can I try?
Yeah, it's oh wait, no.
Oh shit, no, I'm looking at trivia. I didn't see anything. I
Okay.
have no idea.
Okay, it's
No one knows who it
Moehlen Camp, like Kamp.
is. Is it not Molenkamp?
Molenkamp?
Yeah.
Molenkamp Finley.
Molenkamp Finley. Marjorie
Oh, yeah.
Molenkamp Finley.
Not
I
John
don't-
Cougar. Never
No.
John Cougar.
No, it's a bit more Dutch than that. But
Yeah.
yes. No,
Yeah.
that was her grandmother, and you can hear her voice on the track Marjorie in Evermore.
It's really
Tears.
beautiful.
That's really sweet. I
And
didn't know
she
that.
sings it. She sings it in the Eras tour, which is like the Evermore set, which is my favorite set. Like, are songs that you're like, why would you sing this in a stadium? But it works.
Oh,
it's
that's
so
really
perfect.
cool.
It's so beautiful. I mean, I was like shaking,
Yeah,
crying.
and
but-
there's a line in Marjorie that says, "If I didn't know better, I'd think you were singing with me now." And that's when the track
hear her
comes in,
grandmother, like,
and you can hear her grandmother in the background.
Oh.
It's so beautiful.
she cries. Everyone cries. There's
Yeah,
like
we were
that's
both,
the
like,
most like
weeping.
bare bones the tech is, and then everyone pulls out their phones because you get the light up wristband, and the wristbands aren't doing anything. The tech isn't like the stage is pretty minimal. Everyone pulls out their phones and is waving it. And that was,
That's
like, a
really
fan thing.
cool.
It's very sweet. It's very lovely.
I fucking love that. Okay, so there's 2 questions left.
Yes, Kate, ready.
Okay, this one. At age 12, she wrote a novel. What was it called?
Yeah. I thought you'd go easy on us, honestly.
I thought we knew more than we did.
I had to go with the deep cuts, okay?
I feel like I only really know things that are music related, to be honest.
Her novel. Dolores. I'm kidding.
I mean, I also know all of her exes, but
Yeah.
it was called A Girl Named Girl.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Okay,
can't
so
do
this is the last question. It's a bonus one, and
Okay.
it's this one I think you'll know.
Okay.
Do you think Taylor Swift has ever had a PR relationship, and why was it Calvin Harris?
there was a woman that I worked with on a TV show who said that she knew the people who set that up,
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
but I don't know if that's true.
Although, you know what? There's some weird stuff that you find out.
Oh, no, actually, it was Tom Hiddleston she was talking about.
Yeah.
That was the PR one.
That was the PR one.
That one definitely would be a PR one. I
Apparently
also
he was into her. She was like, this is PR.
and yeah, you can kind of tell with the video of her dancing at him.
Yeah.
That was very awkward. I don't know why.
No, that was a rough time.
That was a very
I
rough
mean,
time.
her dance moves are usually awkward, though, so
They're
that
never-
could
Well,
be a
in all
judgment
fairness,
of it.
like right at that time, she had already she had just broken up with,
She actually hadn't broken up with him yet. Are you talking about the Met Gala video where she's dancing with Tom Hiddleston?
yeah.
That, they hadn't broken up yet.
Her and Carly Kloss hadn't broken up yet.
Oh,
No,
oh!
her
I didn't know
Calvin
this was a
Harris.
Gaylor podcast. Oh, don't start us. I was about to talk about Maddie Healy stuff, but we can talk about this first.
No. We talked about
we
how
said
we
we
were
weren't
not
going
going
to
to
talk
do
about
this.
this. But I also was about to say on the topic of PR relationships, I think that's a PR breakup, and it's also not real. But anyway,
But we're not talking about her personal
we're not
life.
talking about it because it's not our business.
Man, I'm so glad that I know so much deep lore stuff from just sitting on the couch beside Siobhan listening to TikToks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
TikTok is a great source of information.
They-
Totally reliable.
They go fucking crazy with some of the rumors on there.
Oh yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah, the theories, us included, the theorists are nuts. I will also say I was watching like a talk show that Lena Dunham, her ugly friend, was on.
Hey.
She's not her friend. How dare you?
She has to have one ugly friend. That's a Catherine Ryan bit. That's not me.
And it has to be the one that like might have done some awful things
Yeah,
to
bit
her
questionable.
sister. So
And
you know,
also was engaged to Jack Antonoff, Taylor Swift's like
yeah,
little buddy.
There's so many rumors.
Her little guy. But Lena Dunham was asked like who do you think was Taylor Swift's worst ex, and she was like paused for a moment and was like Calvin Harris because he was the most petty about it. And I was like, you know what? One more strike against. We knew he was the worst, but
yeah. That whole thing did seem weird.
yeah.
too.
I mean, he didn't groom her, but he was the worst.
He was the worst, and yeah, I think part of the reason why he was the worst too is because she is an artist and he
is a DJ?
A DJ. That literally is like I don't know. Like when I met you in the summer.
That's not real.
Ugh.
That's stupid.
Ugh.
I hate it.
I hate it so much. Okay, so I've actually been preparing because we've known that this is going to happen for a few months.
Good.
And I am not a musician.
Oh
no. You're gonna sing
Oh,
for
you're gonna
us?
do it.
I'm not going to sing for you, but I'm going to play a song.
Yay!
And Sam is ready for this. Okay, so
Oh fuck.
Sam just turns off the camera.
okay.
I have had to kill the mic on him before for playing this guitar.
That does not
that is
surprise me.
true, but okay.
Do you have space for this?
I mean, I'm gonna try.
Okay.
I'm gonna figure it out. This could be awful, or it could be magically amazing.
I'm so excited
ready to
either
do
way.
Okay.
better than revenge. I'm kidding.
That would be fucking amazing. Okay.
Wow.
Is this the bit in Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
Nope. Can you guess the song?
Oh my gosh. No.
I mean, it could be any Taylor Swift song because she plays the same 4 chords, but
Yeah. You're doing the
So-
4 chords.
yeah.
It
so
could
do
be any
most-
song
most
of
artists.
pop.
Yeah.
It's from Fearless.
Romeo, take me. I'm kidding.
Do you want to sing a little for us?
I don't know the words.
Oh.
I also can't sing and play guitar.
What?
I don't think you can play guitar.
Please
It's
enlighten us.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much for preparing that for us.
You Belong With Me.
I was about to guess that. Not because there was I had any inclination or indication of that, but
You know what? You know what the worst part is that I actually have been working on that. I'm not kidding. Every fucking day for months, and I've been trying so hard. But also, I did not have time to tune it either, so that didn't help. So I'm gonna.
It's kind of beautiful and mysterious.
Yeah, it was kind of mysterious. There we go. We'll go with that.
Yeah.
Sam is so disappointed right now. He's like, "Are you kidding me?"
You know what? I'll gas you up. That was a very sweet gesture.
You know what? It wasn't the kazoo.
We'll give you that. It was a sweet gesture.
Yeah.
It was a sweet gesture. I tried. Okay, so every episode on Misfits on Vinyl, we talk about an album.
Yes.
Sometimes it's one of our favorite albums. Sometimes it's a very popular album. Sometimes it has a crossover on the Venn diagram. I would say this is one of those ones. So the album that we are talking about this week is Taylor Swift's Speak Now.
Speak now.
I'm glad you're the same impulse as me. Yeah.
Okay, so this album was released on October 25th, 2010 through Big Machine Records. It was wrote by Taylor the 2 years while touring to promote Fearless. It's a country pop, pop rock, and power pop album. It was produced by Taylor Swift and Nathan Chapman, who is Nathan Chapman is an American producer, works in mostly country music. He's worked on a lot of Taylor Swift albums, including Fearless, Speak Now, Red in 1989. In 2001, he graduated from Lee University and converted his shack in his backyard into a recording studio. And that is where they primarily recorded Speak Now.
Wow, it's very proto Long Pond.
Now, what's cool is he's also worked with Shania Twain, the band Perry, Tennille Arts, and Lady A. This album was inspired by her transition from adolescence into adulthood. It's a loose concept album consisting of a lot of songs of, heartbreak and kind of just dealing with going through, not being a kid anymore and also being thrusted into fame in such a way where you're just like, holy shit, it's happening now. Because of the extensive touring schedule, Taylor said that her third album she wrote alone because I'd get the best ideas at 3 a.m. in Arkansas, and I didn't have a co-writer, so I would just finish it. And then it would happen again in New York, and then it happened again in Boston, and then it happened again in Nashville, which is a lot of places for it to just keep happening.
I mean, there's like a lot of documentation that's when she gets her best ideas, and there's often like midnight recordings on her like voice memos on her phone that she takes into the studio and finishes up. But like, that's not uncommon for her. That's the whole theme of Midnights is she doesn't sleep.
I did not know that. Yeah. I'm learning.
Oh yeah, terrible insomnia.
That's really that's something her and I have in common. I also write my best jokes at 2 a.m. Okay, so she wrote 25 songs for this album and then had to narrow it down from there. On this album, she was really good at avoiding anything that was like sexual references to keep the good girl image intact. Apart from Better Than Revenge.
Apart from the mattress.
Yeah, that's a big ol' fucking, we know what you're talking about there. Come on now.
Yeah.
But it's not about her, so Well, that wasn't on the album.
No,
That's
I
probably
Can
why
See
it
Is a
wasn't
Vault
on the
Track.
album.
No, that one's about exhibitionism. Anyway, continue.
Okay, so now I have a question for you. Do you know what the working title for the album was?
Do you?
I don't. But can I guess?
Yeah.
I feel like it was probably Sparks Fly. That's a better lead single.
It was not. It was actually Enchanted.
I was about to say Enchanted.
Yeah.
She was doing a one word thing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And the only reason that it changed from Enchanted to Speak Now was Scott Borchetta was like, that is not what the theme of the album sounds like. It doesn't sound like you're going, it doesn't sound like you're a fairy tale. It sounds like you've got some shit to say.
Yeah, I hate Scott Borchetta, but also he's right. It's not very magical.
Yeah, it's not very magical.
I feel like it's good, 50-50, though. Like, there's lots of references to, castles and fairy tales and things like that.
True.
I don't think it's that far off.
No. Today Was a Fairy Tale was around this time, too,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
No, it was in the Fearless era.
It was, yeah, so when she re-recorded Fearless, it was included as a vault track on that. But if we think about, you're right, because of, Long Live has a lot of, imagery to
Yeah.
castles and things. Also, there's a vault track, the one that she re-recorded with Hayley Williams is called Castles Crumbling. There is some, medieval fairy tale-y
Oh, that's
imagery
pretty cool.
And
through
even
the-
mine has some of that, too.
True.
I wish she would come out with just a hardcore folktronica, like a Bibio style album.
yeah.
Oh, that would be so fucking cool. Like she has actually that's the collab that we need is
Bibio.
Bibio and Taylor Swift.
I do love Bibio.
I fucking I'm a huge Bibio stan. Honestly, she's done enough with Bon Iver. She's done enough with the National. Let's get a better electronic solo artist in. Let's do it. Okay, so although Fearless's commercial success allowed her to engage with a larger group of producers, she worked solely with Chapman because she believed they had a productive relationship. The recording process started with a demo. Swift recorded vocals and played guitar, and then Chapman sang background vocals and played other instruments. After arranging the demos, they approached engineers and other musicians to tweak some elements, including overdubs and programmed drums. The first track he produced with Swift on Speak Now is Mine, which they recorded within 5 hours.
Yeah, she's a bit of an Alexander Hamilton about it, if you will.
Yeah.
Very prolific, very fast.
Writes like
Yeah.
she's running out of time.
I feel like I don't know if collaboratively I'd work well with her or not.
I'm just curious what she's like.
Yeah, I mean, the things that we saw in Miss Americana, which is also, curated by her team.
Yeah.
Documentary
But-
produced, but yes.
It looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It does look like a lot of fun. And also, okay, I gotta say this about Miss Americana. Ooh, I my favorite fucking part of that whole documentary was when her dad and all these management bros are trying to be like, you don't get to talk, hey, maybe don't talk about political stuff,
Yeah.
don't do this. And then she just went, fuck off, I'm gonna do it. I was like, yeah, you fucking go. You do
Yeah.
it. You do it. That's awesome.
Especially when one of your managers, the people on this team is your dad.
Yeah.
Imagine standing, you know what? Burn professional bridges, whatever.
Yeah. But standing up to your dad, that's a tough one.
No, but
Yeah, especially let's consider this
they're
too.
also so tall. But anyway.
They are very tall. They seem like giant people. But it's extra hard since can you imagine how weird it is to say that when your family literally moved so that you could have a shot at a career that there's kind of a fucking 50-50 on if it's even going to work.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
there's people that say oh well her family was well off, it was impossible to fail.
Yeah, but they were from Pennsylvania.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And
And there's so many rich people who want to be singers who fail miserably.
yeah.
Who moved to Nashville with your, at the time, 14-year-old child.
Yeah, and your 8-year-old other child.
Yeah.
That's fucking insane. Are you kidding? You're actually just gonna be yeah, I'm gonna that would be like me asking my mom, hey, listen, I really want to be an actor. Can we move to LA?
Also, I just lost my front tooth.
Yeah, yeah.
Not you specifically, I know.
Well, now you just made it weird. What the fuck, Sam? What the fuck?
Uh-oh.
Oh God, yeah, I get it. I'm a hideous fucking troll. Everybody fucking
talking about your
point at the
trauma.
freak.
That's
Look
not
at
what
the
I meant.
look
I didn't
at the
wanna bring up
fucking
dental
freak
stuff.
show over here.
I-
That's why it's an audio
Nah,
mostly
you're
format.
you're on your own, kid.
Fuck off. Fuck, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
Okay, let's just move on.
Incredibly young and like yeah.
I like that I made you so uncomfortable when I was just fucking with you, but I knew you were gonna get that.
I'm very soft.
She's too soft for all of this.
No, that's fair.
Sweet nothing.
Okay.
That was not subtle.
No, but like I do think like it's crazy, and then the argument of industry plants is the funniest thing to me, because how many industry plants do you see fail? And then on top of that, like here's a great example from recent times. Everybody thought that Tramp Stamp was an industry plant, right? And there was that whole thing about like, oh, they're industry plants because like, look, they work in the music industry. And I'm like, okay, one of them is a fucking receptionist at a music office. That's not the same thing. That like there still is a talent there.
Yeah.
So, for your parents to gamble that much on you and then change their entire lifestyle around you as a child, and then be like, oh, into adulthood, now you're providing for everyone in some way, shape, or form. For her to be like, hey, actually, fucking no.
Yeah.
That takes an incredible amount of courage.
Yeah, and it must be very scary too, because in Miss Americana she talks about how important it is for her to be viewed as good and to be liked, and they're threatening her with her worst fear in that conversation where they're like, you're going to cut your fan base in half. People are not going to like you anymore.
Yeah, which is weird because
that didn't happen.
That didn't happen.
No.
In fact, I think it made people be like, oh, I like that you have something to say about this.
Absolutely, because that was one of the biggest critiques from the more like leftist liberal side of things, is that like, yes, you're maintaining your strong country roots, but you're also being like co-opted for far right imagery because of your good girl country, your good girl faith in your tight little skirt. Yeah.
And in fairness, what happened to the Dixie Chicks or the Chicks? Is its own precedent-setting thing where it does make it scarier to speak out, especially when you're a former
and that was
artist.
like, that wasn't even like a public statement. That was like they made a comment during a concert,
offhanded joke.
During a concert in England. Like,
and also, that was pre-cell phone, so that means that somebody went home and was like, this is something I'm going to write about, and send it to a newspaper.
And then George Bush was like, I hate it.
Yeah, which, great,
You
man.
can hear more about it in our Chicks episode.
That's
perfect.
true. Yeah, we do have
Thank
a
you.
Chicks episode. We
Well,
covered
there you go.
Fly. Okay.
Oh, love that album.
It's a great album. After recording finished, Justin Nybank mixed the album on Pro Tools and at Blackbird Studios. He had mixed some tracks on Fearless, and within 3 weeks, he finished mixing 17 tracks, including 14 on the Standard Edition and 3 bonus tracks on the Deluxe Edition. Because she wanted Speak Now to be a direct communication with her audience, he infused a monaural reverberation inspired by 1950s and 60s music into the mix to evoke a vintage and retro vibe that, according to Nybank, brought a sense of authenticity to the album.
Love that.
Right? Okay, so normally what we do after talking about the album is we go into about the artist. I feel like we've talked a lot about the artist, though. Is there anything that you want to add? Any like lore? Any deep cuts that I've missed?
I think an interesting thing about Speak Now, specifically as an album, you talked about how she wrote everything by herself, and in your source material, it said because she was on tour and didn't have any collaborators. But there was also a big backlash after Fearless of people saying, well, she doesn't even write her own music. Like, she's not very talented. Not only were they saying she can't sing, but they were also saying she's not talented. And so it was also like, we love our petty queen. It was a little bit of an FU to the music industry to be like, well, I wrote this entire album by myself.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yes. Very
The only
calculated.
song that is on the original Speak Now that was not solely written by Taylor Swift is If This Were a Movie. And now in the re-records, it's been removed from that album and has been put onto Fearless, which is a weird thing to do.
Yes. But also just goes to show she continues to value that the narrative of Speak Now as this as a platform for her to
To prove her talent, basically.
And to speak now.
as it were. Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna move on to the reception of the album. Okay, so before it's released, Big Machine ships out 2 million units, like 2 million copies of the album, which is honestly insane because when I was looking into this, it turns out that's a lot for an album. Usually they release around 500,000. So they like, and this at the time, like they're still an independent label. So they just went balls out with it and were like, fuck it, we're sending everything. At the end of the first week of sales, 1,047,000 copies had been sold, jumping it up to number 1 on the Billboard charts. And it marked the highest single-week tally for a female country artist and became the first album since Lil Wayne's The Carter 3 to sell over 1 million copies in its first week.
Wow. That's really cool, especially because an interesting thing about Speak Now, and specifically Long Live on Speak Now, is she kind of wrote Long Live as a farewell to her fans, because after the Kanye thing happened, she thought that she was done. She thought that everyone was booing her, and so she thought this was like her last album she was going to get to do.
Wow.
And that's also what Castles Crumbling, which is a vault track on Speak Now Taylor's version, is kind of about too, of like, my career's over, I worked really hard, and I don't think I'm going to be able to keep doing this.
So she's also going into it with like, I'm going out with a bang, goodbye, and then it blows up like this.
That's crazy.
So it's nice to know that Big Machine like had a lot of faith in her, that no, we'll order like way more copies than normal because this is going to be good. You'll be okay.
And that's so crazy too, because like the Fearless tour was not nearly as big as Speak
No,
Now was.
the Speak
Like,
Now tour was nuts.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Fearless,
That was her first international
Fearless,
show,
she
yeah.
was still opening for a lot of bigger artists too, like to promote that album, which is also
Yeah.
crazy. What I think is funny about that is like mentioning the Kanye thing. Okay, this is something that I would absolutely fucking die to see, is a Kanye and Taylor debate now.
Oh, of like the two of them in a room?
Just the two of them in a room.
He's mentally ill.
Okay, so the album was number 1 on the U.S. Billboard 200, number 1 on the country albums, and number 1 in Canada. 6 times platinum in the U.S., platinum in the U.K., 3 times platinum in Canada. It was ranked as 13th on Rolling Stone's list of best albums of 2010.
13. Sorry.
That is pretty fucking crazy. That is actually really crazy. I didn't notice that until you said it. And I was like, what the fuck? I missed that the first time I was looking at this. It also appeared at number 45 on Rolling Stone's list of top 50 female artist albums of all time. The magazine commented, "She might get played on the country station, but she's one of the few genuine rock stars that we've got these days, with a flawless ear for what makes a song click."
Yeah.
I would agree.
Yeah.
Especially on this album. Okay, side note, because I realized I forgot to ask you at the start, favorite albums, favorite Taylor Swift album.
Well, the way we usually talk about the albums and therefore the eras is in astrology terms, because we are basic. So we
What's
always...
the Virgo one?
No. What you do is you do your sun, moon, rising in Taylor Swift albums.
Yes.
Oh,
So an era,
okay.
because there's not 12 of them yet. There's not like a correspondence between an album and an astrological sign. But I would say, I mean, you know yours better than
Yeah, I
mine.
have a lover sun and a reputation moon and my rising changes, but I think it's a 1989 rising.
Yeah.
Or a Speak Now rising.
Yeah. I don't even know what mine are. Because I'm a Gemini, so mine change all the time.
Yeah, fair. I see, and I'm a Virgo, so I just have a number 1, red.
Good choice.
I'm going hard and saying it's red.
Yeah.
Because I felt like that was like the like that album. Honestly, I feel like felt like a more genuine folk album than both Folklore or Evermore did.
See, I laid on the floor and cried to Evermore, and I love Evermore. I also
I
love
like
Midnights.
both of them, but-
Midnights has grown on me. I would also wager that Midnights isn't an era. Midnight, in the way that it like encapsulates a certain like period of time, the way that the other albums do. So I think maybe that's the most Gemini of them all is Midnights.
That makes sense. Okay, that totally makes sense. Okay, so going on to the last part of the reception here.
Yes.
Okay, so it at the Grammys, it was nominated for Best Country Album, and Mean won Best Country Solo Performance and Best Country Song. It won a ton of awards at the Academy of Country Music, the American Country Music Awards, the Billboard Music Awards. She was nominated for the Juno for Best International Album of the Year. And getting into like the critics ratings here. So any decent music, it sits at a 6.9 out of 10, and Metacritic, it's a 77 out of 100. But then going down the list with this, the AV Club gives it a B-, Entertainment Weekly gave it a B+, Paste gave it a 7.1 out of 10, and Rolling Stone gave it 4 out of 5 stars.
All right.
Again, weird lead single. And yeah.
And
We were
yet
just
it
talking
won
in the way-
Grammy.
Yeah, and
Which
it
is-
won the Grammy. We were just talking in the way here. We were like, I think Cayley was like, I think one of my skips on this album is Mean.
Yeah, the music video, I liked the part where she's like in the office and stuff.
Yeah.
And I hated the part where she's like
Yeah.
not playing the banjo.
Banjo?
Yeah, that was and the song itself is very it's not strong. It's not strong like lyrically.
And again, there's just so many other ones on the album that are strong lyrically and have more to them.
Yeah, and just like more to say in general.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're nearing the end of the podcast. Okay, so the very last thing that we do each week is we rate the album. We rate it out of 10 on technical, musical, lyrical, album art, reception, and does it hold up? Technical element of the album. I'd start off by saying what I think is interesting is I didn't know until I was doing the research for it that they were using this weird reverb that, had been used in the 50s and 60s.
Yeah.
I hadn't noticed that before, but after like reading about it, I went back and listened to a few tracks and I went, oh, okay, I see exactly what they were doing there.
In your research, sorry to interrupt, did you find that if they did that again on Speak Now Taylor's version?
I did not find out if they did that again on Speak Now Taylor's version. I said it before the podcast. I have not listened to Speak Now Taylor's version yet, and I need to. And so I was just going with OG here. Okay, so technical, though, I would say out of 10, I'd probably give it, I'm going to say an 8.5 out of 10.
I'd have to, agree with you. I might give it... Ooh, I don't know.
I feel like I don't know very much about music technically because I'm not a musician. I'm a little bit tone deaf. Just for myself.
But you've got so much heart.
But so much heart.
Just go with what you feel.
No, I'm going a 10 out of 10 because
You're
I don't know
going
what
a 10
I'm
out of
talking
10?
about, but I
Love it.
like it. I like the feelings it gives me.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to stay with you like an 8.5.
8.5?
8.5, yeah.
All right, so we're at a 9.25 right now, musically. Now, I would say some of the songs, the chord progression is interesting. There's songs like Better Than Revenge, which I think is drastically different than a lot of the other stuff that she had done up until that point. So she's obviously at this era experimenting a lot with music, like different genres, like we talked about earlier with the her influence at the time being a lot of what she was listening to. But I would also say there are some songs on this that were just good country songs, like that sounded like country songs. Like Mine is a great example of that. So I would say because what it feels like flawlessly incorporated a bunch of different genres, I'd go a 9 out of 10 musically.
I'm
Yeah.
very excited for you to listen to Speak Now Taylor's version as well because so she's been doing this re-record thing for a while. And most of the re-records up till this point, you can't really tell very much the difference. It's very close to what the original recording was. And I think she felt a little more freedom and a little more support from her fan base to play with the instrumentation in the re-recording of Speak Now.
Oh, are you going to
so-
talk about the bell?
The dong.
The
if you
dong.
will.
There's a dong.
So was it
That was
Back
the-
to December?
In
Is
Back
that
to
was
it?
the
December.
clip. That was the clip right there. There was a dong.
Yeah, so she's made a lot of it bigger, and maybe actually, now that you've told me about this changing of the title, when it was Enchanted, there was a lot more like bigger, fuller instrumentation in Speak Now
So
Taylor's
it felt
version
more
now.
like orchestral, and so then you can hear what sounds like a church bell
in
like
the middle of Back to December,
throughout Back to December quite
Yeah.
a few times, and it feels very like...
and like Haunted, it's
Yeah.
just like ramped up even more from the already pretty impressive instrumentation.
Yeah.
I would also say, like, because I forgot that Back to December was on this album, and I think that might be it's a strong contender for my number one Taylor Swift song.
It's a banger.
It's excellent.
Yeah, that's a really good song. Okay, so out of 10, what are you giving it based on that?
I'm going to go 9.5. I'm going to go 9.5.
9.5?
I also have to give it, like, I have to give her credit for, like, roasting the shit out of John Mayer in
Yeah.
Dear
Yeah.
John. Like,
Yeah.
lyrically and poetically, yes,
also
but
musically.
also, like, making fun of his, like, nee things.
I was gonna say, can we change your intro where you say like "fuck John Mellencamp" and just change it to "fuck,
Fuck John Mayer, please.
Fuck John Mayer. You know
Yeah.
what's funny is I know quite a few people who know him. And
Really?
Oh, personally.
And like personally. And here's the thing that is interesting about him is he's actually a really big comedy fan and is like a regular at the Improv and the Store in LA. And the first time I heard that, I was like, oh, that's gotta be fucking bad. And then I heard from a comedian named Brad Williams. He was like, no, the surprising thing is he's actually really fucking good at stand-up. So
Interesting.
I have like a weird, like, I want to know John Mayer, and I feel like I'm like, it's the Kevin Bacon steps away from him.
Oh, yeah.
But
Yeah.
if I ever get him on the podcast, I'm 100% going to be like, so what did you think about that song when it came out?
Oh, he's vocal about it. He, like,
Oh, yeah, he
tried
tried
to,
to
like,
sue her.
yeah, he tried to sue her for defamation and, like,
Which
cease
is
and
weird,
desist
because a
it.
34-year-old man that slept with a 16-year-old should maybe have other
19.
things
I
to
mean,
think
she was
about.
19 and he was 32.
Okay, fair.
But
It's
also,
still
like,
bad.
That's that. I added 2 years on both ends there. That wasn't good.
but also,
Still
it
not
wasn't
good.
It wasn't good the first
It
time.
wasn't good the first
That
time?
entire relationship wasn't good.
No.
No.
Okay,
No.
so,
But I'm sure he's great at comedy and is a lovely person, but, like, stay away from young women. Anyway.
Yeah.
I think someone can be like an interesting person and like a friend, and also be shit in relationships.
Yep.
that's true, and people can also.
Well, what?
Uh-oh. We can pick this up offline.
Yeah, I just know what I was gonna say because of the episode that we're banking for when I'm on tour, and it'll drop and it's gonna cause a bit of a stir. And this is probably gonna come out before that, so I'm not gonna say that then.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so you went 9.5. I
Yep.
went 9. You.
I feel like
Just give it a 10 again, Cayley. Who are
no,
you kidding?
no. I have opinions.
Yes, you do. No.
No, I feel like if we're doing Speak Now, the original one.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I feel like I will go with like a 9 because I feel like I liked it better ramped up in Speak Now Taylor's version.
Yeah.
That's a good call. Okay, so right now we're at like a 9,
Point.
9.10, I think, right now. Okay, so lyrically, let's go quick with this one. I think like she is at this point, I think, a little bit better at saying what she wants to say in her songs while still having that air of like mystique around it, right? She's like we mentioned before, like she was able to allude to a lot without actually saying a lot. So I would say based on that, it's not nearly as good as it becomes, and it's not nearly as bad as it once was. So I'm gonna go with I'm saying this hard 7 on lyrics.
I was literally just about to say a 7. I mean, as a like folklore evermore person, I'm like there will be better poetry.
There
but
will be better
it's
poetry.
Great.
But I also think it depends what kind of lyrics you like. So in a speech that she gave, which I can't remember where she gave the speech, but she defines, like, she has 3 different types of lyrics that
yes.
she writes. So she has glitter gel pen lyrics that are like shake it off, and I'm trying to think of another example, but there's a lot. But like kind of the like really bubblegum poppy kind of lyrics. Then there's what she calls her fountain pen lyrics, which are like her storytelling lyrics. So like All Too Well is a good example. And I think Speak Now is very fountain pen, where it's all kind of storytelling. And then she has her quill lyrics, which is all ever more folklore, like high vocabulary choices and like very ornate,
poetic,
kind
very
of.
abstract.
Yeah.
And so if you're into fountain pen, which I think I lean more towards fountain pen, I would go higher than a 7. I would say it's like an 8.5.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
That's also something we should
actually,
talk about.
Yeah, we did not talk about that. Let's talk about that. Like, we
As
should
fast
wrap
as-
it up, but I do want to get into that because, like, I feel like okay. Now, my personal opinion
Told
is
you it was gonna be long.
Sorry.
my personal opinion is I don't think she should have changed the lyric. I think that it was more powerful the way it was before, and also something that, like, at that point in her life, she would say. I also think that about the one from Fearless that she changed, where it was like, tell your
Oh,
that's
that's
from
from
Debut.
Debut.
And
That's
she's
my
not
picture to burn.
Yeah.
yeah.
Which was our surprise song.
Which that one I also am like the whole point of it is not that she's making fun of gay people in that lyric. She's making fun of the fact that this dude is so fucking homophobic and he's so afraid of being considered gay that's actually a fucking worry to him.
That's a threat.
And so I'm like, and I'm saying this as somebody who's a member of the fucking community. I'm like, I think that was a great lyric. Keep it the fucking same. I know
Exactly.
dudes that were like that. I fucking grew up in a small town. Those guys are scared as shit at being called gay.
Exactly.
So leave that lyric. Now with this one, I also didn't really understand the change because I'm like, I've been so fucking upset with someone before and I've said shit like that. And if you're saying that in a song, there's people that are relating to it. And people before were relating to it because they're like, yeah, fuck that person.
Well, exactly. And that person, to be clear, is Camilla Bell, because the song is about Joe Jonas and Camilla Bell.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it is a little more
Who
specific.
the fuck is she?
Exactly.
Oh, I'm so glad you asked. Camilla Bell was the girl that Joe Jonas dated after dating Taylor Swift, and Taylor Swift was very in love with Joe Jonas, and that's also what Last Kiss is about on Speak Now, is about Joe Jonas and just the devastating.
And a lot of stuff on Fearless. He broke
Yeah.
up with her on the phone. It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
So
In 27 seconds.
So then he wrote a song after Fearless came out called Much Better that was a Jonas Brothers song, where he basically directly says, I'm done with superstars and all the tears on her guitar. Pretty direct. And then he goes, like,
And then
she's
he dates
so much
a
better.
fucking
An actress.
yeah,
Whoa.
a fucking a G-lister.
Yeah. I mean, Camilla
A
Bell.
fucking extra.
I think she was kind of rising at that point.
At that time, she was on the map. Where she is now, I personally could not
But was
tell
she
you.
a Pisces rising or an Aquarius rising?
Probably a fucking Pisces. Sorry, Siobhan. That's your son. It's different. Yeah, no. And my take on about the mattress thing is, and I will cop to, I stole this from someone on TikTok, of like, from her perspective, I would also kind of be flattered. She's better known for the things that she does on the mattress.
Yeah.
So you're saying I'm good in bed.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're saying I'm good in bed. Like, yeah, you're.
And in all fairness, like, I'm just gonna say it. I don't think that Taylor Swift would be. She doesn't seem like somebody.
She's so awkward, and we
She's
love her so
awkward.
much.
She looks like somebody that would be so uncomfortable with intimacy. Like,
She's
just,
also so
I mean,
tall.
but also go listen to False God and then come back to me about that.
Oh, no, I'm sure she fucks. But we said we weren't going to speculate on her relationships, but I'm sure she fucks.
Oh, sorry, I didn't finish what I was saying. So Camilla Bell, Jonas Brothers wrote this song called Much Better, and then in the like kind of spoken word part of Better Than Revenge, Taylor Swift literally goes, "Oh, she's so much better, yeah."
Ooh,
So it's pretty.
Yeah.
that's pretty on the nose.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot of roasting happening.
Yeah.
And
And a lot of, just to assert my opinion, I think the reason a lot of people don't like the lyric change as well is going back to the 3 categories that she's laid out for us of her lyrics. It's not a fountain pen lyric anymore. It's now a quill lyric.
He was a moth to the flame, and she's holding the matches.
It's very metaphorical.
Which
it's
is
very
a fucking
poetic.
stupid lyric too. I'm sorry, but
Yeah.
like,
And
what
it
a
doesn't fit in the
dumb-
song anymore.
No, it doesn't fit the song. It feels forced. It's
Yeah, where that song is like the pinnacle of being petty.
yeah.
And I'm not. I don't really care either way about the old line if you wanted to change it, but I feel like that new line doesn't fit as well as
Tonally,
it could have been.
yeah.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. Okay, so we're at like an 8.7 right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Album art. I'm just going to go flat out 5 out of 10 on the album art.
Ooh.
It's pretty basic. I mean, I guess it's recognizable, but that's the only thing that makes it pop up to a 5.
Yeah, I agree. It's kind of mid.
Look, I also have the deluxe album CD, and it's like,
Shiny.
yes, it's shiny, but there's also like a lot of like. You also remember, like, this also came out in like the Twilight era, so there's
Yeah.
some like very like pseudo Twilighty imagery there. I'll give
There's
it a
actually
6.
a conspiracy theory that Haunted was actually written for the New Moon soundtrack, but Stephanie Meyer didn't like Taylor Swift, and so it didn't get put on there. But that's why it's so like sonically different than the rest of Speak Now as well, because it was written for Twilight.
Wow.
Yeah,
Shit. Okay. Okay, so 5 out of 10.
6.
6.
7.
7. All right, we're at like 8 out of 10 right now. reception, it was well received. I mean, like, commercially, it was very well received. She won fucking Grammys for it. She was nominated for everything. I'm going an 8 out of 10 on this one.
Yeah, I'd say 9.
Yeah, 9.
9. Okay, so we're at an 8.5 out of 10. Does it hold up? I'd say absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All
well,
right.
especially now there's a new version.
8.5 out of 10 for Speak Now.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, thank you both so much for joining me
Thank
today. This was
you.
so much fun.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime. Make sure that you go check out Taylor's version this fall at the Big Secret Theater, September 23rd to 25th.
Yeah.
And thank you again so much for joining me. And anal contusions.
Yes, indeed.